welcome to the Xylo experience. Yeah. Aha.
Where are we with the whole, I guess, psychological factor of the no good mothers and the deadbeat dads? Okay, what makes a no good mother? This is the definition.
I think what makes a no good mom and a no good dad is the child's opinion.
No, because you got to use the political correct term, because you know how the people are out there.
That's understandable.
Bunch of assholes.
So guess what?
You got to work with them.
When it comes to parenting, there are no politics.
This is where the friction come in. I think you found the key.
We got Chelfeld definitely in the building. He's doing it big and we're doing it heavy. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and like. Yep.
Being a good parent is not about politics. See, every child is different. All right? And just like success, parenting is different everywhere. All right?
I get it.
But there seems to be
a commonality.
A commonality when it comes to being a bad parent.
Really?
You're not around, you're not empathetic, you're not sympathetic, you're not disciplined.
But this is the issue. Does that just go for the men?
That goes for both. It goes for both.
It seems like it more leans towards the men. And
in society, it might lean more towards the men.
But the truth is, it befuddles me.
But the truth is, me reverting back to my child self, it's to both. It's to both.
Right.
You got the pleasure of meeting my mom recently.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This was an honor. Folks.
And my mom is different. My mom is a mom all the way through. Tried her best to be a dad.
And that's what we was explaining. Go check out the snippet. That's what we was explaining. The yesteryears.
Okay.
The yesterday mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not the modern
She tried
women.
really hard.
I get it.
And she tried her best to be a man. In the parenting sense. But she didn't do so great. She did phenomenally in the mom department, though.
She did, of course. Most moms do. You can't lie about that. Most moms do.
And
we're not talking about them dumpster baby moms. We're talking about the primary.
And I can honestly tell you, in my opinion, I think I definitely had a deadbeat dad. Okay? Because my mom never spoke ill of my father. My mom never tried stopping him from seeing me.
Of course. Okay.
My mom didn't care
but
when
that's
he
the
moved
difference.
on.
But there you go.
She didn't hold a grudge.
We are talking about the modern women that's holding the child supports, the grudges, the pettiness. We talking about all that. Yep, I said it.
Now check this.
Nothing personal.
Here goes the.
I'm talking about statistics.
Here goes the. Here goes the wrench. Right. You can be a good parent and a good mom and a good dad, right? And still be a shitty person. Okay?
Oof. That's terrible. I can't stand you.
Okay.
Please, I said it.
You can still be a shitty person. All right? Because there's moms who are phenomenal moms, right?
Right.
But on the back end, make things impossible for baby daddy. Right? In ways that don't affect the kid, but affect the dad directly.
Right.
Right? Because she's either bitter or whatever. And
it does.
And the same thing on the flip side.
Yeah.
There's men who are phenomenal fathers.
Yeah, they are.
Great supporters, great providers.
Yes.
Great providers.
Go ahead.
Great examples of what a man should be.
Right. Uh-huh.
But on the back end, tries his hardest to make her life impossible.
I live in hell.
When she moves on.
Right.
Okay? See, I think the key here is that once you have a child, this idea that I belong to you and you belong to me has to go away.
Right.
Because nobody belongs to anyone.
Right.
Okay? And if in fact the relationship goes to shit after the child is born, then you should all amicably move apart, part ways, separate, divorce, split up,
what have you,
whatever you want to call it,
to whom it may concern,
and move on. All right, but stay on the same page when it comes to the child, because statistics say that a child does 60 to 80% better growing up in a shared parenting situation,
But this is the issue.
whether they're married or not.
This is the issue. With most men, once we separate, get a divorce, or what have you, we start over. And I say we as the people because, I mean, I can't speak for all men. I'm just saying. I said it.
Well,
the irresponsibility.
you might not be able to speak for all men, but but you're pretty good on that generalization.
You know, like, we got to start over. It's
Men start over.
We have to start from the beginning. We always have to start, you know, and it's wild, to say the least, that we have to do this. Listen, they keep the house. They keep the kids. If you're a man of power and valor and caliber, you get alimony. This is all I'm saying. This is a statistical fact.
But
So,
with the statistical fact, there are still exceptions where men do all that and still get screwed over at the end.
I get it.
All right?
I understand.
It really depends.
So,
Unfortunately, it depends on where you live.
okay, listen.
Where you live literally dictates if you're a good or bad parent.
I'm gonna jump the gun here. I said it. I'm gonna jump the gun. Now, is it? You know, listen, women, ladies, hear me out. Is it difficult to mechanically unwind your husband, significant other, spouse thereof when they come home or whatever they need? Is it hard to do that? I think that's the issue too, because we can't talk about men, and women, mind you, the loyal women, mind you, loyalty, expiration date, but the loyal women that's been in your life, let's say 3 to 5 years, loyalty. They have that to come home to too. They have to learn how to, you know, kind of transfer that energy because they got to deal with that too. Let's talk about that.
That goes into the fact that that a big problem, right? If what you're saying is correct, then a big problem,
right,
with being a good parent or a bad parent,
I said it,
is being able to have some peace in that relationship with the other parent. Okay, because if you're going through all that drama and all that shit, come on, that's never good for a child.
I get it.
It's never good. You can be there for your kid. You can supply for your kid. You can provide for your kid 100%. Right? And if everybody knows that at home all you do is argue and fight with your significant other,
I get it.
You're still gonna be considered a bad parent.
But this is what I'm saying. We're caught in the middle of, as men and women, those and those alike, we are caught in the middle of, it's like, well, we should feed ourselves before we feed the children, because if we're not healthy, the children are not healthy.
But these are facts.
These are facts, but therefore, we have this moral and principle inside of us that's saying the children eat first at the same time. How can we do this simultaneously? This is the struggle I'm talking about that I think we are going through as the people.
Here's how the people kill that struggle. Learn to be a master of your domain. At home, society and religion do not dictate how you run your home.
Right.
You run your home the way you want to run your home.
Okay.
And there's no exceptions. All right? Always, there's limits and boundaries, which you should always set. Okay? But when it comes to parenting, because that's what we're talking about, when it comes to parenting, right? There has to be discipline. Discipline is the base for everything.
I just don't know how we're gonna...
Remember, motivation doesn't mean anything, because motivation is doing something when you want to.
Motivation is like potential.
Discipline, exactly. Discipline is doing something when you don't want to, but you have to.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. That's the kind of stuff, that's the kind of habit that's gonna get you out of everything.
Discipline, obedience,
and
like
that discipline has to be in the home. All right. Now I'm not talking about discipline like whooping your kid's ass.
No.
All right. Because if you run a solid shift, your kids ain't never gonna try it.
That's a whole nother subject. Because that's the way.
Look, think about this. It's real simple. If you run a tight shift in your home, your children will never try you. They will never try you.
Okay, listen. I agree with you. At the same time, let's state the facts. Let's even get in depth real quick. We're not going to sidetrack because we're still on no good mothers and deadbeat fathers. We're doing the big.